So Morocco broke the ice with their goal to lead 1-0 in the 21st minute. Saibari was the one with the perfect touch over the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. With how this goal developed and played, so we have Brazil marching on their side of the field, but then Morocco got it and then just shot it straight upfield. I could equate it to probably a punt, you know what I mean? Because he was left behind the defenders. And what he did with number 4 and number 3, when you watch the replays, he split the double team. And number 4 was pushed out too wide, but then he lost his ground. And then all he needed to do, which I'll give some credit to Brazil's goalkeeper later, because there were some phenomenal saves that he made in extra time towards the very end of the game. But look how far he is outside of his goalie box. All Saibari needed to do was just kind of chip it in, which is what he ended up doing because he decided to be overly aggressive on his defense. Now, truthfully, with how leverage was, he probably would have scored either way if Allison stayed all the way back in the box. Or we could have had a huge save, which would have been wild. Then about 10 minutes later, we had Vinny's goal, which was just perfect. Like we saw it. Just these curved goals are just awesome to watch. It's what we like about soccer. Brazil was then able in the 32nd minute to tie it up at one piece, which for the remainder of the game there were no goals, which you can look at it however you want to look at it. Like some of the announcers were talking about how like, oh, you can tell people are getting a little distraught in the stand because I mean, yeah, like Brazil was probably favored to win this game. You know, when the expectations are super high for Brazil, yeah, and you start the game down 1-0 because, you know, your defense is a little lackluster and your goalie gets, you know, overly eager. Yes, I think tensions would rise a little bit, but it was still a good game. Still a good game. At the very end of the game, both goalkeepers had good saves. I mean, this was, you know, in the 10th minute of stoppage time. Like, we're way, you know, hey, game's on the line. I will give credit to Morocco's defense being able to get a stop here because if Brazil did score, this would have been their chance. Unfortunately, it doesn't show it in any of the highlights, but at the very, very end was some of the chances that Brazil had to make it 2-1. Morocco had a chance where if this save does not happen, Morocco wins this 2-1 and they take top seed in group play. Save probably of the game, one of the saves of the tournament. I think this save compared to also South Korea's, like some of these goaltenders have been playing phenomenal so far. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments on your reaction for the game against Brazil versus Morocco. I thought it was a pretty good game. I mean, when it ends in a draw 1-1, like that leaves the door open for Scotland or Haiti in their matchup today to take the lead in Group C. But I think it was a pretty good game. Like the pressure, you could tell, like with the final 10 minutes of stoppage, like the pressure ramped up a lot, but this was a good game. But yeah, that's all I have. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.